I know the newest version you do like an adjustment.
Thank you.
What are we doing?
Got me a little screen so I can have a second screen.
Oh, nice.
It normally goes on my camera, but
Right.
because I had it in the car,
Might as well.
yeah.
Because it'll like
Hit the button.
based on how much you give. There's a bunch of crazy shit.
Turn it on.
Displacement maps.
Yep, check it out.
Oh, very nice.
So now I have an extended display, so I can put like my website up here, and I can put Figma here, and I can look at what I'm doing.
Yep.
That's why I struggle with green. It's like they just now added an adjustment layer.
Okay, that's cool.
It gets distorted.
Oh, I was just showing him my baseball picture about and then I said that we go around to figure out how to do All right, now.
Pasta place. Okay.
Okay. Start capture. Okay, perfect. Okay, we are up and rolling. Let's get these out.
Hi. That's a property called letting. And I think it's too loose in general. Particularly, like, yeah, I think
I
it is.
didn't mind
This one down.
if it's like a brush tool. Yeah.
As your type gets bigger, your letting percentage gets smaller.
I do. I have
So what they tell you is
Alrighty.
20%, but
which is a brand.
Yeah.
I have one.
Yeah, that's
that
not
I really like. Yeah. I drew mine.
I'm not using
So like
that one.
yeah, it's pretty small.
yeah, maybe, yeah.
The thing with the Wacom I have is it tracks wherever the pencil is like where it'll be on the screen. So if it's the top right, it'll be around the top right of the screen. So it's like top right of the middle. It kind of just like follows based on that. But I don't have a problem.
That feels more.
What, it's all.
What, I mean, the whole point is that you want your paragraphs to like cohere.
We do have them
So they're, so they look like a block rather than a bunch of styles, right? So that's a, yeah, that looks so much better. So that's good. What else have we got going on?
It is, and I do, and I do really good.
So how does the navigation work? Gallery.
Oh, this one is wicked.
Sure.
And for the footer, is this like?
That's really all you need. Sometimes people will put like a redundant navigation into it.
I was also gonna.
And you
Alright,
don't need that
why do I
for
not
other
have-
environmental things. Some people do that.
Like this, like, just so you know that's still right there.
Are they dead?
Well, also, since you're adjusting height. On the left side.
Why doesn't that work?
Pictures, yeah.
Those are in good shape. Background settings.
It has to be really good for you.
Yeah. We're ahead of the curve here. All right.
I'm so glad I asked it.
Okay. Okay.
That's so weird.
I did find,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking,
Have
is
all the
just-
elements, have the image, maybe even have it
It does
between
not
two
like that, I
images,
don't
have
know
your little
why.
breadcrumb dots, have your arrows and stuff like that.
Because this would be like, this would be what is in the carousel, but resized.
Okay.
And then when you go here, this is like food images, interior, whatever, exterior, and then we got our photo. That's pretty much all that's on our gallery. It would be a big carousel of
Right.
food in there.
Yeah.
I've just kind of been
Looks like it's going, really well. The only small issue I see that I think is detracting a little bit, and this is very, like specific, but I feel like the scale of your coffee bean pattern is not matching. It's not big bean, like individual beans are too small.
Wonder why it's not working.
Not a lot, but
That's a good solution.
by, right? Yeah, I honestly think that's all you got.
Oh my goodness, yeah, you're right. Dude, it just so happened to be like the perfect aspect
Oh,
ratio,
maybe
so
it'll
I
be
just
right.
didn't
Just
move
block,
it.
yeah.
But that's yeah, thanks for that. That's
Sure.
great.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. How we doing here?
I'm still also working on like my assets,
Okay.
but I think I'm like overthinking like the color palette a little bit. So initially had like this color palette, but it kind of seemed like too like papery.
Okay.
And then I'm doing like a sandwich.
Okay, so this definitely says sandwich. It says,
Okay.
mustard,
Okay.
red.
Yeah. So I guess like, should I have like a more like I need to have base between like these two rows because it seems like too like harsh. This is like too like.
I don't think it will be unless you're like, I think that one's the winner there.
This one?
Yeah,
Okay, that's
yeah.
what I thought too.
Especially when you put type on it, which is gonna be, dark. It's gonna show this one.
And then another thing was I was trying to take a typography class, so I'm like learning as I go.
Sure.
But I'm thinking about
It looks really fun. Yeah. Yeah. And are you having trouble getting it into?
Yeah.
So, go back to Figma. There's a thing you have to do.
Okay.
So go to type, click on that, and it says, want to use local fonts? Say yes, and you have to download this little thing and install it, and then it will allow you to use the local fonts.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yep. Hey,
Can you look at mine?
sure, absolutely.
I can just call these out.
All right.
So I kind of got stuff.
So we have that.
Actual brush, like the creative.
Yeah.
So I made it like
Oh, cool. Yeah.
pterodactyls,
Yeah.
and like you draw a card, and then
That's fun.
whatever octave that is
Ah.
colored with it.
Okay.
Yeah, but the only thing about, I don't know, I feel like something's off, like, maybe it's just me, but like, something about this part doesn't flow. I don't know.
So, the one thing is, it's a, well, few things. First of all, center justified text is the W. Just don't do it.
Okay.
Left justified. Center justified text is good for gravestones, for poetry, and for extremely fancy menus. Where the kind of menus where they either don't have the price or they just have a number but nothing else. Like, it's
We
good
have
for
like 3
that.
items.
Yeah, it's good for that.
Yeah.
It is never good for when you're trying to read text,
Yeah.
like ever. So yeah, left justified text. So that's part of it. Part of it is, I think, each of your pages is exactly one page, which never happens.
Yeah.
And I think that's also sort of it makes it feel kind of strange, because it's never the case, because everybody's screen is different resolutions, different. So if you aim for each page to exactly be one screen, one page, it's then you're gonna have problems where some people's screen is gonna look like this, some people's screen is gonna be actually longer. So what happens after that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
So could I make these like shorter? Like,
yeah, it makes more sense to make them longer, because if they're shorter, then everybody's gonna have what's gonna. Then if your page is like this big, then what happens after that? If someone's browser happens to be not exactly the same portion. So it makes more sense to format your content so that the important things are before you scroll, but so that it can scroll and it will still look okay in in any situation.
okay.
So part of that is these lines are way too long for a block of text. So think about this if it was on this monitor. It'd be like having to, like you're watching tennis, right? To read that. So
I just checked. But I can make it shorter.
well, it doesn't have to be. No, so don't misunderstand. Not shorter in length.
Oh, you want the text?
Shorter lines.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's not about having too much text. It's about having not enough margins.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, just like bring it in a little bit, because like I said, on a monitor like this, you'd be going, where? And the problem with that is when you get to the end of this line, and then your eyes have to jump and find the first and the next line, which is also why center justification is the devil, because you're very likely to not land in the right place. You're likely to go, your culinary and our chefs, and then you're like, oh, that doesn't make sense, and then you have to go back. So it makes it hard to read. So left justify, more margins, and then go ahead and build this have a proper a footer that's going to be at the end regardless, and don't try to make everything fit on exactly one page, because that's going to be difficult. And so these for your layouts, it's perfectly fine to grab the bottom of this and just grab the bottom of this and just yank it down. And then you can put more stuff or less stuff or whatever, but go ahead and imagine that you're gonna have more content than exactly is gonna fit on the page.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that.
And that way you also don't have to be so tight up here, you can bring all of this down a little bit.
It's just like screwed.
Yeah, because this is a little awkward right here, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
I was kind of, because you suggested I do something like this, I can bring it down, and like, obviously these aren't big enough, but, I don't know if that's still a good idea or not.
Mhm.
I don't know, I just need a second.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, some people get annoyed with this sort of thing, because they just wanna see everything, and they don't wanna have to poke, you know, however many, 8 times to see the whole menu, right? The worst one, and it's not so bad if like you click on it, it opens up, and then you click on no, and it opens up. The worst ones, and I've seen this pattern several times, where when you click on this, that opens up, so it shows like main course, and then you say, I wonder I wonder what appetizers are like, and then you click on appetizers, and then the main course closes, and then the appetizer opens. That pattern is particularly annoying. Having them just open, it's just an aesthetic thing, it's like whether you think that's like good or not. From a usability standpoint, I think it's probably better just to have everything laid out so that people can sort of scroll to their, you know, their desire, and not have to be opening stuff up.
Yeah.
But
I
that's.
think I might like to take that without it. I feel like it would make it look cleaner.
Yeah, yeah. And then,
Do you like this, I mean, these are kind of long, but I did, okay, that makes sense. But,
this is okay, just give yourself more space.
yeah.
I would say, like, yeah, give yourself more space in general, and then, like, just, yeah, everywhere, like, give yourself a little more space between the card and the type,
Okay.
and give yourself more space between the cards, and just, in general, let it breathe, because it's just really tight. I mean, obviously here we've got like other problems, but like, it's just, even where it's sort of right, it's too tight.
Okay, I was trying to make it not so long to where it's kind of long.
Yeah.
It might be too.
Yeah.
These ones aren't finished, but I think I'm gonna make these.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Okay, good. You got a good start. You're doing the right things, but yeah, make those pages longer. Give yourself, put a footer on every page, so that you have something to tie them together. And just give yourself more space everywhere.
Okay.
Like everything's a little, like, it's too tight against the edges, it's too tight against the edges. Give it some place to be.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey there, how we doing?
I'm going through, I'm behind, but I just wanna see, like, is there enough people wearing shoes things?
Let's see.
Make me a list.
So is the logo gonna go in the middle at the top up there?
Yeah, I keep struggling with this, I just
Okay.
did it if I have.
That's fine. Just wanna make sure I was seeing. The only thing I see immediately that I think is somewhat of an issue is this is kind of awkward. Like this little space between your frame and the edge.
Oh, like this.
Little strip of that, yeah. I would say go ahead and make this a little narrower, so there's decent margins around it. Sort of figure out what that should be.
Yes, I saw you just. I'll do it later, but it's gonna be.
But yeah, I understand. But you know what I'm talking about. Like it's just kind of awkward to have this narrow little strip
I agree.
of something.
Why does this hair?
And in fact, in practice, it may even kind of confuse people because it's going to be basically the same width as a scroll bar, but it's not obviously scrollable. So that, okay, so let's zoom back out. The type is looking great. I do wonder if you need quite so many boxes, like everything is in boxes. So like this title here might be better without, or maybe more in the same style as this, where you have a band across instead of a box.
Okay, because the only reason I put it there was because it's kind of hard to see, so I think that is all there.
Yeah, I think it'd be more consistent if you just sort of had this band across. Yeah.
They asked me to
But
go.
yeah, I see why you did it. I like the little
Yeah,
scribble.
I
Soft
I tried to
look.
watch it,
Adds a little bit of fun.
so it's funny.
Yeah.
My only issue is like, it keeps getting lost whenever I have anything white, so it's like, then when I make this dark, then it's like blending into the brown.
Right. The struggle is real. Yeah, for sure. But, yeah, I think you're going the right way. Uh-huh.
Hey there. How's it going over here?
Good.
Alright.
It was just funny, you just like walked.
I pretty much just haven't put in like detailed.
Assets, yeah. Yeah, yeah. The visual hierarchy is looking reasonable to
But
me.
it's funny, yeah. Who was that?
So where do we land? Do we land?
Like mid-landing page
Yeah,
is just this.
it's just that.
And
Okay.
this is gonna be like
Anyone else?
logo in the middle and then photos that you can like. Click
Okay, okay. You may want to just consider having some more like critical information on that first page when you get there. Don't have to do this, but typically when people are looking at a restaurant website, the thing that they want to know most is like where it is or when it's open, or like really basic information. And here, when we get to the first page, we don't get any of that. So it might be something that you just sort of put in the footer. Like it doesn't have to be like, but you might think about putting the hours or the address or
Well,
contact stuff in the footer.
I had like it has multiple locations.
Ah, okay. Interesting, yeah. That makes it more difficult. Did they at least have consistent hours?
Yeah, I can.
I mean,
Sure.
Right, sure. So you think about that though. Just think about it in terms of your user, and when they're like opening up a restaurant website, why are they there? Probably they want to know what the hours are, or where it is, or the phone number to make a reservation, or something like that. So you could do it in the footer, or you could have like a call to action button up at the top that says like make a reservation, or just like as always, think about your user as they're rolling up on your site, and what do they want to do, and how can you make that easy for them?
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, it's good. How are we doing at the
We are going.
the thing?
So this is the site I'm.
Yep.
And then this is my. Let's see. File, pages, home. There's the home. And then do I need to go ahead and start putting content in all this now?
Mhm, mhm.
Actual content?
Mhm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll
Yep.
go ahead and put in all of the.
Yeah.
Because like over here I've got all that already, built out. So all I got to do is just copy the content over. But
Sure.
does the layout look like it needs to?
I think so. It'll help when I get things in like in context here to sort of see what's happening.
Well, so
But-
like, I mean, if I go up here to this one,
Yeah.
so like each one of these pages corresponds to a section on
right.
there. So like, there's my home.
Right. Okay. So what's the navigation at the top?
Uh,
Look like?
I've got philosophy, menu, the hearth, sourcing, and reservations.
Okay.
And then I can tweak that a little bit to meet your rubric criteria.
Yeah.
But like if I click on any of these, it take me down
Down to
them.
the.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Only thing I would say is it maybe is a little funny that you've got reservation
Twice.
as a navigation element and then as a call to action button.
yeah,
So maybe you don't. Maybe
maybe I don't need that one.
maybe you don't need that one.
Or I don't need that one.
The
'Cause
thing is,
I-
if you don't have that one, then it's not going to be visible from other pages unless you keep the.
It
unless
is.
you
It's
keep
on
the
every
button.
header.
Oh, in that
Yeah,
case,
yeah.
I would take it out of the navigation. Then.
Take it out of the link
Yeah,
itself.
and leave the button.
Yeah,
it's
because
good
that'll
to
make
have.
that look cleaner anyway.
Sure. Yeah.
And then, let's see, scroll that way. And then this is what it would look like on
mobile.
on mobile. And then we can get over.
Yeah.
So we're in
Yeah.
the right
Yeah,
right
for
area.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll start adding the copy now and
You may zoom in on that a little bit. On the mobile, I'm a little concerned about. No, I think it'll be fine. It doesn't actually have this white box around it, does it?
if it
Is that
does,
just an
I'll fix. If
artifact?
it does, I'll fix it.
Okay, yeah, it definitely doesn't need.
Yeah.
And then you may have some challenges getting your type into that button.
Into this button.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's
The
this
aspect
this
ratio.
button is just going to be a hamburger button.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why the hamburger things aren't showing up. I have them made, but
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
I
I
thought that
have-
was your reserve button.
yeah, no. It's a hamburger.
That's your navigation.
That'll contain all of that
Okay.
and the reserve.
Cool. Very good.
All right, so now we've got clear direction.
Mhm.
Obviously I've been sick, so I don't really know what y'all were doing in class.
This is
so
what
I-
this is what we're
For
doing.
people
Okay,
watching
I
me.
tried
Alright.
to look at cameras and I was like, I'm assuming.
Let's
I
see,
didn't
so-
know that I had.
Yeah, that's
Go
correct.
up here.
So, some things that I'm seeing right off though. This is, so there's too much vertical space between your type, between your lines of type this way, but not enough between the paragraphs.
Okay.
So it's a bit awkward to read, and the line lengths are way too long.
Okay.
You'll want to just make some margins
Yeah.
and make the leading smaller for the body copy, but bigger between paragraphs.
Okay.
And I think that you could
I
just
should
do
be able to
that
do all that. All these are
in here,
components.
right?
Cause yeah, letter spacing and then line height, so I could,
Yeah, so the line height is the one that
Go
I'm concerned
down.
about, yeah.
And then-
Because it's in auto right now, and so you'll have to figure out what it thinks is auto. It thinks 35 is auto, so try just like 32, maybe. And then there should be something for,
paragraph spacing.
I'm not sure where that's gonna live. Maybe click the little, that little guy.
That's what I'm on
that-
right now.
Oh, okay, so indentation,
Oh, sorry.
paragraph, we don't want indent. We want,
Horizontal.
no, that's current,
No.
current pairs is fine.
Let me go back.
Basics, alignment, decoration, keys, vertical.
Whoa.
Paragraph spacing, I bet that's what it is.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So just try
We were
increasing
looking over
that.
it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's doing.
Okay.
And so you wanna make sure that your paragraphs look like blocks and there's space between them.
Yeah.
That's all. And then bring the margins like way in. Like, yeah, maybe that like that.
I definitely need to adjust the spacing kind of everywhere on this
Uh-huh,
thing.
uh-huh.
I've been making all the components.
Right.
So like that we would still want to probably do more spacing higher
Probably.
because they were so looking a little bit like that.
Yeah.
That looks better to me.
Yeah, yep. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I completely that you said it, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
And then just give yourself
More space.
More vertical space in general, like give yourself more breathing room.
Yeah, I've been
All
trying
these
to make the
elements.
components and just get them in that like assets page.
Yeah.
And now because I'm like finally adding the pictures
Right.
and the actual
Actual
text,
text,
it's been
everything's sure.
yeah,
No,
so-
that's normal.
yeah.
That is totally normal.
But yeah, so I got that one basically done other than spacing, so I'm just moving on to getting the rest of the information put in. And
And then make sure that dining only has one in there.
oh yeah,
It's a component, it should fix it everywhere, right?
yeah.
Good.
Oh, I need to adjust it on the components page.
All right, because you just didn't make a local edit.
That should be
Yeah.
good. Now it will be adjusted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. And I would consider inverting this
Yeah,
So you have a white horse against the
see,
transparent background.
I found that image,
Uh-huh.
and I just put it there because I knew I kind of liked the look of it, but
Sure.
I was gonna maybe go in and.
Yeah, it looks funny with the white.
Yeah, it does. It looks
rectangle.
cheap.
I wasn't gonna go there, but okay.
It does.
Okay. Yeah.
So those are just kind of.
And then just make sure that your
Shouldn't go that
alignment
far.
across is like for some reason this whole header is down lower than the other ones.
Okay.
And that should try to make everything be very like
Symmetrical. Or, I don't know.
no,
if
just
that's the right word.
just so when you switch pages it doesn't jump.
Mhm.
Because right now it would kind of like
It would, yeah.
do that
Okay.
as you click the links. So.
Okay.
But no, it's looking good. Colors are good. Type is good. It's working.
Okay.
All
Yay.
right.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
And you said so. I obviously I've been looking on Canvas because I haven't been here. Do we have to have all the buttons functioning by Thursday?
No. We'll take that up after that.
Okay, I was gonna say. I was
No.
like-
Because we haven't talked about how to do the prototyping at all.
Okay,
So-
so we just need all the information.
All the assets
Okay.
in there, and then Tuesday we'll talk about prototyping and then work on it.
Okay, because I emailed you, our first college rodeo is, we leave Thursday, so
Yeah.
I won't be here. But I'll obviously upload the link and stuff and have it done.
Cool. That works.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Chad, I got a question.
What's that?
How do I make this text all caps like we did with the links? How we did the.
Oh, it's because the typeface was already all caps,
Oh, okay.
and we just
Okay.
made the first letter not
So if I'm gonna
capitalized.
do it,
you
I
have to
just type it
You
caps.
just have to type it
Okay.
caps. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless that typeface has a small caps variant.
Where do we find that?
That would be like in the typography section. Oh, and then under regular, what do you
Oh.
get?
Uh,
You do not get small
Get
caps.
nothing.
Okay, that's where it would be.
Okay. Get nothing and like it.
That's right.
Hey there.
Oh, sorry. I appear like a phantom.
That's just what I said. But
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not for reading. That's better, yes. I think also so the Figma by default really makes the leading a little loose, so you may want to tighten up the vertical spacing a little bit. I think it uses 130% or something maybe, and so it just looks a little loose all the time to me. So that auto setting right there, which is line height, is set to auto. So it's right now it's 32, but see, you're only at 24. So anyway, try it around 28. See if that's much better for you. Yeah. I don't know why they set such a loose. It's not so bad for captions like this, but when you have like paragraphs, it starts to fall apart. Yeah. That's fine. So the beef about center justification is not because it's evil in and of itself. It's only a readability problem. And right here, there's nothing to read. I mean, it's a legibility problem, not a readability problem, and so it's fine.
so then for this.
Mm-hmm. That's too tight. Like 36. Yeah. That's fine. Right.
I don't know, should I put anything else up here? I don't want it to be busy, and I want this to be like input mode.
Mm-hmm. So, it is a little bit awkward to have that much space there where nothing is happening, and that's kind of important real estate.
Yeah.
So one thing you might consider is not centering this, but either putting it left or right, and then taking this and putting it and breaking the line so it becomes like 4 lines, and then that's beside it.
Okay.
That would be one way to deal with it. The other thing I would consider it for you is everything on this site is so soft, both like geometrically and metaphorically. It's very soft colors, soft, squishy product, all that. That all of these right angles are kind of harsh. I would think about putting a little radius on all of those. And it's real easy. You can just it's a property of the image. You click it. I think it's right here. Yeah. So you got corner radius right there. Oh, sorry. So what's that's what's the value? Just increase that value. Yeah, maybe more. Maybe even more. Maybe you have to click it first though. Yeah, try like 20 or even 24. That's kind of, so it talks to your polka dots a little bit.
It doesn't fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
So you might think about, and even, yeah, exactly, even that.
Is that where it's
But you should really go back to where it is in your component, and then we'll fix all of them all at once.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll
but
sit back here.
yeah, I think other than that, you're on the right track.
Okay, thank you.
Hey there. How's it going?
I'm just trying to transfer your iPhone.
Yep.
Trying to look nicer.
Yep.
But I can't tell if this is is this like a lot?
It's a lot, but it's fine, but please let justify it.
Okay.
We just, everyone seems to have the idea that it looks nicer when it's center justified, but it makes it really hard to read. So, whenever you've got wherever you've got a long block of text that's meant to be read, yes, make it left justified. These little descriptions, it's not so bad. Like that could work, but try it both ways and see what you think. But it just becomes, the issue is that when you have it center justified, that means that every line ends at a different place and begins at a different place. And so when you're reading it, it's really easy for your eye to get, to skip a line or get stuck, and you can't. For something this length, it's not so bad,
Yeah.
but when you get into more than 10 lines, it becomes really difficult.
Yeah.
So, think about that. So, it is a pleasant fiction, probably, that these pages fit exactly on one page. Every monitor is going to be a little different, so you might want to plan a little bit for it to be different. By that I mean maybe you need some space between your carousel and your footer that can be flexible, that can change depending on the monitor size. Because if not, what is going to happen when their monitor is more square, or their browser is more square than this is what is happening here? Right now that's a problem, because there's nothing that can happen.
So how should I go about this?
So just grab, basically make some space that's under your carousel but above your footer that can grow or shrink if the browser is a different aspect ratio.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I think so, yeah. Some space.
Some space in between those two things, yeah. And it could be this color or this texture or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Just basically grab the bottom of this and pull it down so it's a little bit longer, and then it looks like it's going to do that automatically. So do that, and then just move the footer down. So you've got that.
Which
Which one? The first one there.
Yeah.
I But
Well,
when I was
maybe some components are necessary.
Yeah.
Okay, but like that, that's exactly what I mean.
But this has like a fun.
And then if you do it for both of these?
Yes, yes.
Or, to do for all of them or just?
Nickelodeon.
No, because these already have that, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's just those, you just had this sort of fixed thing with an image, and then if there needs to be more space, there was nothing obvious that was gonna happen.
This
And then
vibe
is there
is
anything
not
for like
zero.
a live?
This
like,
vibe
this
is
is like a
very,
gallery,
like,
it's not even more images.
feels pretty
It's just
modern
like a
and
scroll
pretty, like,
kind of
laid
thing,
back.
rather than like a button
So
press
it'd
like the
probably
other
be-
one.
Yeah.
Could you pop in that other font for this? Cause I think I would like to see how.
Something's good,
There's actually to use the
I think that this on the right is,
Oh.
it's really tight. Like I would move all those guys over, yeah, your last social icon is really, really specific.
I like, like formatting components.
I'll fix it, I'll just.
Yeah, you understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Hey there.
What's
up? What's up?
I'm doing the menus right now, so
Sure.
I'm kind of putting it in a chat and
Sure.
then I'm just making them come up with random menu items and
Cool.
told them what that is.
No
And then
problem.
I just went through stock and got pictures
Uh-huh.
and videos, so I have that on right
Okay.
now. And then these are my assets. So I have like all of these, and like that's my logo, or that's my logo right there.
Okay.
Yes.
But also, my question was, I have
There's
this
been a bunch of
that I
components
was
that
planning on
have
to
changed.
make like a different logo in Illustrator,
Mhm.
but I wanted to put these on the website
Sure.
somewhere, but I guess it's kind of similar to the color I have, but it's like a lot lighter.
Yeah.
But do you think I can put this in the big one, or will I put it in
That's
the
really my
Illustrator?
I go to, is it a vector file or is it an image file?
Yeah,
right
it's
now?
a vector file.
If it's a vector file, I would definitely round trip it through Illustrator.
Okay.
And then you can get the color right, and then you can also separate it out how you want,
Okay.
prep it that way.
Okay, so I'm gonna put these on the menu
If
in
you s-
various places.
If you save them out of Illustrator as SVGs, then you can place them in Figma, but they'll still be vector, which is really nice.
Okay, so save it as an SVG.
Mm-hmm. SVG stands for scalable vector, but that's a PNG right now, so that's, that
Yeah,
is,
it's a,
You have your
well, wait,
choice.
maybe it's not a
The
vector,
fake brand.
but it's a transparent, what's it called?
of transparent
It's a
DOE.
backlist,
Yeah, okay. Well, then don't go to Illustrator, go to Photoshop.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a matter of what kind of thing it is. Yeah, if it's pixels, take it to Photoshop and make the color right. But, and then you can still chop it up and export it as PNGs.
It would be different.
As separate columns.
Can I save them as SVGs, not just only for Illustrator?
Yeah, well, it's because SVGs are vectors, and these are not vectors anymore.
Okay.
But you might check on the Adobe stock page, because sometimes you get a choice.
I did save these as Illustrator, because I was gonna put these on the menu.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like slappy. It feels a little bit typewritery, but I think it's fine.
Do you like my,
Those.
my mom?
Yeah, those you can save out as SVGs.
Okay. And those.
The font is like.
Sure.
That's all about the font.
Things that come in as an
Digging
Adobe
through,
Illustrator
it's
file,
like
you can save them
dumpster
out,
diving.
export them out as
Because you'll find
SVGs,
the font
and then you
is
can
cool.
place them right
It's
straight in the
formatted
Figma.
weird, so you
Which
can
makes
like.
it, yeah, it's very nice, because then they're infinitely scalable, and you can recolor them and all that stuff. Yep.
But yeah, cause those are cool. I like how those look. Truly, if I were you, I would just pick a very standard readable body text like the one you have right now could work. And then I basically decide whether you want three
Well, I
fonts
like
for
to
your
tell
branding
people that
or
I'm
just
Bachelor
two.
of Science.
Because
No,
your
I'm actually
headers and your logo and like your big buttons, like your display font can be one chosen and then you have one body where you can vary. It kinda just
Basically,
depends
I'm
on
just
your
like
logo.
scrolling through photos, and just looking at like, the biggest thing I need to work on next is the tags, like I have like still all this
Oh,
like
yeah.
I think like
So
the
you don't
layout
think
is
it'd
good,
work
but I
good
just
for
need to
like
go on, like, the
display,
menu
like a
and,
button
like,
or like
the body
a paragraph
text and
header?
stuff, so it's
Well,
not
then
like.
maybe I would just go with this.
No, the only thing I
Because
see
then
is
you've just got
it looks
one
great.
Because
decorative,
this is also
one
the
in
body.
your header. I feel like you maybe
Yeah.
need about
Yeah, it's
10%
gonna be-
more blue.
It's kind of
underneath
cool vibe,
the
it's very
logo.
like old school classic.
Here?
That's true. Like 1950s.
Oh, okay.
But not like
Oh,
literally
okay.
50s,
I
but
feel
like
like
50s cartoons. The type of
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
like about 10%
Yeah, if I
more.
were you, I'd
Alright.
probably just go with that one.
Well,
for
yeah,
the-
maybe even
Just keep it as simple as
And then
Yeah,
possible.
yeah, actually. Yeah.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it'll
I mean,
come
kind of,
down to
I guess
when you
the
put
other
like a paragraph,
solution could be just
and then you can see how it kind of
But,
pairs with
but
this
you're
one.
gonna lose details.
Yeah, I can see it.
Make your header
Okay.
a little bit bigger.
And then I had a question about, like, when this project's due, cause I know it's due Thursday, but is that due like before class?
No,
In
and
class?
end of,
Oh,
In the
yeah.
day?
yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, end of third, or like, I think technically it's like at the end of class, but that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but not the
Usually
prototype,
because
just,
the menu looks
just
like
like just the assets place. Then
Oh, it's
Tuesday,
about to do,
you can ask Lisa today, we're gonna talk about how the prototyping works.
Okay, yeah.
And then work on that. So all you're worried about here is just having all your assets placed.
Okay, so if I like just have like one button ads, like I don't have to worry about it like taking it to a certain like, it just.
That's okay too, this weekend too, so I really had to kind of.
Well, if it goes somewhere important, you have to create that somewhere important it goes to.
Okay, yeah,
But you don't have to worry about the transition.
okay.
But like, if you've got a, like, on the mobile, if you've got a hamburger menu, you should design that menu off to the side. Just once, you don't have to do it for every page,
Right.
but you should make that, like, if like, you click on the hamburger and something pops up,
Yeah.
that thing that pops up should be
Yeah.
just off to the side.
Yeah.
And then when we do the prototyping, we can talk about how to make that actually work.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. And then like here, like I had to delete the arrows because when I made the arrows, they just like
Because they were outside the frame.
yeah, they were just like being weird.
Okay.
So I just deleted them. But
Sure.
I was like gonna put like testimonies, like reviews, and then being like a carousel. Do I have to like design like multiple different ones? Or can I
Probably
just, like-
not.
Okay.
So we'll talk about, when we talk about the prototype, and we'll talk about that, some people may want to go that far and actually build those things, but they're kind of a pain in the butt. And if you just, if it conveys the idea, it's gonna be enough, right?
Yeah, right.
So,
Okay.
it's okay. Yep.
And then we can use like ChatGPT to help.
Of course.
design it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not about your writing ability. Hey there, how we doing?
Fine. I think it will. I have not even looked at my whole week.
Okay, fair. My only immediate thing when I look at it from this far away is the difference in scale between your headers and your, like, section titles. I think they should be similar, by which I mean I think your headers should be bigger.
Like these.
Yeah. Choose the longest one, make it fit comfortably, and then change all the other ones to that size. And then maybe consider making these a little smaller, because they're giant right now. And if they are different, like, try to make it a rational difference, like they're 130% bigger, or, you know, something. Because it seems a little arbitrary right now, and it seems like the more important thing is being de-emphasized. But other than that, and then you've got some idea of some kind of grading thing going on up there. I wonder if you might not want to bring that to other elements, like, I like that, you've got it up in the navigation. It seems it's a little stark, I think, all that light on the back. Maybe think about pattern, or, doesn't have to be much, but it does feel a little stark right now, particularly if you get that much contrast.
Okay.
But that's a minor thing. I think dealing with the scale issues of your type is number one. But other than that, it's good.
Okay.
components right now.
Okay.
I'm looking at my menu, I'm trying not to be too tedious with it, but
Yeah.
I'm doing like drink as the menu. And then, after this, I'm gonna upload more photos, but I was just kinda mapping it out for my desktop right now. I have my header and footer in there, but I have to add in the body copy and images still, so.
Okay.
That's what I got going so far.
Navigation, let's see what we got. So you have in the, like, who's this guy?
It's an email icon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I think that you might want to just sort of reconsider that function, because that is probably.
Also, I'm sorry to
Okay,
do
no,
this,
no.
but I had my profile one too, it
Yeah.
like didn't go through for some
Okay.
reason, but.
It's just that this is probably the single most valuable piece of real estate on your page.
Yeah.
And how often do you email your coffee shop? Never.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
you're right, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Typically, you want to put something extremely important here, and
Okay.
it's, the reason is because of the way that we read left to right.
Yeah.
But in this case, we, like, as humans, the socialized to read left to right, we tend to do this, what they call a kind of F-shaped reading pattern.
Mhm.
But we'll scan and then we'll pause right here. And so if you want someone to notice something and do something important, you
Mhm.
put it right there. So
Okay.
typically, if you look at websites over and over and over, they'll put the logo here, sort of like
Mhm.
where you start, and you don't have to do that, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, they put the logo there, because okay, where people start is sort of an anchor.
Yeah.
And then the thing that they want them to do is always right there. So like, this is always subscribe, this is always make a reservation, this is
Mhm.
always, like, this is sort of where you want something critical to go.
Take action.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
it's just something that's very strange to have
Yeah.
an email address for a coffee, have an email link for a coffee shop
Yeah.
in that spot, because that's a really high value spot.
Okay.
So,
That would, and
think
then,
about that.
yeah, I have this down here, but,
Mhm.
okay, do you suggest I keep like, this is like a profile, like go to your account?
Is it important? Like,
I mean, I think it is.
Okay,
But
then
I don't-
yes.
But I feel like I need to add something else if I move the profile along, because then I feel like there's another icon that like might be lonely, you know?
I mean, so it's actually okay if there's only one thing to do, because people
Yeah.
often only wanna do one thing.
Yeah, I guess it's not gonna
So I would say it's fine to
Okay.
kill the email, move this guy over, and then this is the menu for
It's, the menu's based on the location, so like,
Okay.
it would be like a drop down, you pick the location. And then
Okay.
you do the menu.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that leads me to another question. If you click on locations, you get a drop down of locations?
Yes.
Okay. Then, but if you click on our menus, you get a drop down of locations?
Yeah, that would just be like, it would be different places it would take you to, like this would just be like about the location, like hours and whatnot, and the menu would just be the menu.
So, what I suggest, is this isn't really great, like, user experience, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So what I would suggest is the menu always goes to the current menu, like,
Okay.
to the current location.
Okay.
You default to a location,
Yeah,
but then this allows you to change locations.
okay. So you're saying that this should just be like the general menu? Yeah.
Well, it can be different by location,
Right.
but it will already go to a location.
Okay, that makes sense.
So like when you first load up here, it would say like Normandy, and then it would say
Mhm.
location, so you could change to a different
Oh, okay.
location.
Yeah.
And the menu would be the menu for Normandy when you
Right.
start, right?
Yes.
And then you can switch, oh no, I don't wanna go to that one, I wanna go to the one in Heidelberg. And then you switch,
Okay.
and then the menu goes to the one, you know what
It'll
I'm
be the
saying?
menu that corresponds to the
Yeah, and you
location.
so you would default to a location, but then have the ability to change locations.
Okay, yeah.
And if your web monkeys are smart, they will be able to grab location from the browser, and they will put people in the right location to start with.
Okay, yeah, okay. All right, thank you.
Okay.
That makes sense, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey there. What's up? Just working on the desktop version.
Okay.
Setting up one question. First, this page, right? I just copy and
Uh-huh. Right. So the first thing is your lines are too long.
Okay.
So if you give yourself more margin, you'll also get more text. You know what I'm saying? Like this, I would like go ahead and bring it all the way into like that.
Like the decline of the picture?
Yeah, pick a margin, and then a lot of these things should go to something. Like it's okay to have a lot of space around things. It's totally okay. In fact, in this case, it's better because that line is egregiously long, right? So, yeah, make a nice margin and make everything sort of correspond to that.
Okay.
And then it looks already a lot more sort of like contemporary web, because that's how people do things now. And that space, like it can be the case that that space grows and shrinks and your content pretty much stays the same regardless, or it can do different things with the responsiveness. But I would go ahead and choose a margin like that and just bring everything in.
Okay.
And I think that will solve several problems. It will solve your readability problem. Now there is still a lot of space, but the other thing I would do is make these a little bit more related to the things that they're talking about, and make them a little closer. And then you can spread things out, or you can just make the whole thing not quite so long.
Yeah, I could do that.
So yeah, but so the preferred line length is 2.5 alphabets, and that's less than you think. And so that before we changed that, we were probably like 3.5 alphabets, maybe 4. And people's eyes and brains want to be able to, when they get to the end of a line, to be able to find the beginning of the next line. And if you get too long, it becomes difficult, particularly if you're on a giant desktop monitor, then it's like playing tennis to read the text. So pulling it in is totally fine. It's the same reason why newspapers, back when they were newspapers, had really narrow columns, is because people were expected to be reading them like on the bus or in bad conditions. And so having those shorter lines make it much easier to. So when the lines get too long, it becomes tough. But try, and in general, like if this image, if you can get it at a high enough resolution and cross into it and have a similar edge position, that would also be good. You want to try to have fairly consistent, hold the edges as much as possible, which just makes it sort of clear better. Yep.
Like for the menu? No. Yeah. So back in the day, as you remember. Yeah. And now these days people even like don't even make that association because nobody. Remember when you had to text by the T9 method, where so like D was press A twice, you know, or press 1 twice? Yeah, people don't think like that anymore. So I would kill that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if they do, they put the number under it generally. But people like unless you're an ambulance chaser, like people don't do it. You know, 1-800 call the hammer.
had to go first that day. Bro, I went first. And I felt like it was so cool. And then I saw everyone else and I was like, what? I'm like, no. And I was like, I did not expect that to be. No, mine was pretty bad. Nobody said anything about it. And like, I was the last person to go, and I was like, yeah, this isn't I love taking classes that like run with literature. I was always really good. I'm sure like, oh my gosh, I took like this like music lesson that. Yeah. Maybe like change like the struggle, but like can you do like different ones like instead of using this one? I was so proud of myself. That's bubbly. Oh.
Oh no.
So you feel like it's like really